This is basically fifth number part of PHP Advance. So one of the person does that, do this, that, each and everything, and the software is created basically. But nowadays basically more dangerous stuff basically has came. That is the WordPress. In WordPress basically lots of PHP coding has been done, and after that basically one screen has been designed. In screen basically you can ready-made basically drag and drop the each and every stuff. You can basically create the shopping website, you can create the normal website, you can just need to drag and drop. But that drag and drop is created from the PHP basically, and that's more dangerous basically, because one single variable basically is creating this much problem basically. You can say negative point of view and positive point of view both basically, because if 20 crore people are getting accessed from this single variable, then it's very dangerous basically. I'm telling you basically, it is going to affect to entire PHP developers. For example, in PHP around 5 crore people are working, and around 5,000 project managers basically are working in this PHP, and around 10,000 software companies are working. So this all entire group basically will get effect. That is 100% sure. I am telling you basically 100% sure. And that basically, who have the authority for this basically, who can create problem to this entire group basically. So the group basically who are into the city creation, but they don't know that basically their actions basically are affecting up to this level basically. Their actions basically are affecting up to this level that the city creator group basically don't. But certain level of stuff basically they know, because by 10,000 city creating 10,000 city, and after 10,000 city just this single variable basically is connecting to this 10,000 cities, then you can just imagine here basically up to what level stuffs basically are connected, because this is PHP and it's going to create human needs. So in advance lots of basically stuff basically are getting prepared, that in advance the stuff basically are getting prepared. So until basically the it reach to the human needs before the all the pre checking basically are done. This is like this, assume that basically Raj Thackeray basically is going to give one bhashan basically in Mumbai. So in advance basically they started doing preparation basically, that Raj Thackeray is coming, Raj Thackeray is coming, Raj Thackeray is coming. So they basically do around 10 time checking. The Raj Thackeray has arrived, but he really basically he has not arrived. His group basically has arrived. Raj Thackeray has arrived. His group has arrived. But 10th time basically he comes. Why? All the security checking, everything basically is done. Then he comes. Why? Because he speaks that type of language basically, that any group basically can become enemy of him basically. But he is Maharashtrian person basically. He thinks of Marathi group basically. So that's Maharashtrian group basically. So here basically one of the person told that, मतलब up to what level depth they are basically this is going to affect to each and every birth basically. I'm telling you basically. For example, in India basically around 20 crore birth basically happens every month. Just taking example. So this 20 crore group basically, 20 crore people, 20 crore child basically which is going to come, that is going to connect to this variable, single variable, and this variable is connecting to 10,000 cities. So one of the person told that ये क्या है, मतलब exactly क्या है, what is this basically? Because this variable is connecting to 10,000 cities, human needs are getting created from PHP, up to vegetables, fruits basically are getting created, oils are getting created, potatoes are getting created, oils, petrols are getting created. So क्या है? Even basically the water gets created. So one of the person told that exactly what is this here? Which single variable assignment is connecting to 10,000 cities. Pre-checking basically is ongoing. So that safely basically when the human needs get started creating, That time basically nothing problem is supposed to be arrived and is not supposed to arrive. So one of the person told that what would be this basically? Because there is no answer basically. Even basically the in India basically the even basically the software companies, big software companies basically don't know that human needs are going to be prepared and has been prepared also basically. But this thing basically I am 100% sure basically not a single Indian company basically might be knowing that this single one variable is going to connect to 10,000 cities, that also at the power supply time basically. Means whenever this website is running, that time in runtime basically this connects to the 10,000 cities. So one of the person told up to this level knowledge basically we don't have, right? Indian group basically. Then why you basically started the software company basically? Then why basically? Because everything is going to come in front of the world basically internationally. That Indian software company basically has done this. Indian software company has done this. But in really Indian software company don't know that 20 crore people basically body parts are getting accessed from their website also basically. So that comes to international war basically. It's not war basically. If the things are getting cleared peacefully, then it's more good basically. But if this India don't know, right, basically, the Indian group basically will become angry basically that हमको कैसे नहीं पता भाई. They will start connecting to the software companies, big software companies like TCS, Infosys, Patani, IBM, then the Microsoft, then the Oracle, SQL Server, then Accenture, Capgemini. They are going to connect up to these all software companies, the government's group basically, because governments basically is supposed to be answerable. Why? Because 20 crore people are getting access. If anything happens, then government is going to give the answer. Otherwise basically it will start the war basically between the countries, that how basically you can access 20 crore people body parts. I am 100% sure basically this might create problem basically. So one of the person told that in previous video basically you told that basically from one website basically one human body parts can be accessed, and access means up to the level that basically the human will get disappear basically, up to that level access basically from one website basically. This is basically one of the weapon basically, and this is new weapon basically. I am 100% sure in software industry basically this is new weapon. So one from website basically you can basically clear the one human body basically. So that was so more shocking basically, because from this PHP 10,000 people basically are, sorry, 10,000 cities are getting accessed. So more shocking basically. So one of the person told that यार ये तो मतलब प्रोग्रामिंग करना मतलब it's very dangerous stuff basically nowadays. But this is new or this is old? This is very old basically. The people stuff basically this whole thing. PHP is not very old. PHP is created long before basically. Yes, that means one single variable is connected to 10,000 cities also is very old basically. That connects to more shocking basically. And this is the PHP advanced part ongoing. This is more shocking. So one of the person told that the now basically the people started thinking, yeah, city में what city gets create to create one city, what are the things basically getting used. So here basically the IITs, IIM, IAS people basically comes into the picture basically, because they are creating the city, they are basically handling the cities, and they basically 100% might be knowing this everything basically, but not clearly basically. They 100% know that basically, but from software basically you can access the body parts of the people also, but they deeper basically they don't know that this text box equal to this variable assignment is connecting to the 10,000 cities. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this topic.